Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another vlog. I'm always struggling to try to find something to balance y'all on. It's so crazy. Okay, so today is Wednesday, November the 11th, which is Veterans Day. And before we go any further, I just want to thank every one of you who have served in our military forces and have fought so that we can maintain our freedoms. A little known fact, my grandfather, who was very instrumental in my upbringing, was also a veteran. He has since passed away, and I miss him so much every single day. But he was my own personal hero, and so yeah, today's the day to honor him and those like him, as well as Keith's father, as y'all saw in our going back in time video. I think I'll link it right here. When we went to the World War II Museum, Keith's father was a corporal at that time. So thank you so much for your service. Moving on, what is going on today? So today I am off work and Keith is at work right now, and Eric actually has to go to school because with all the hurricanes and storms and stuff that have come through here, they're using today as a makeup day. So instead of being out of school today, Eric has to go to school today. So what I'm doing is getting his stuff ready for school. I have to get his water. This is his little water cup that he takes to school. I fill it with water every single day, and just make sure he has everything in his lunchbox backpack to go. And then I'm gonna be taking him to school. Yes, love?
I wanted something with it.
And every morning it's the same old thing, fighting with him to eat breakfast. So it's about 7 o'clock right now, 7:05, fork. It's about 7:05, and so I have to get him fed, dressed, to school for 8 o'clock, and then I have a sauna appointment at 9 today, and then I also need to go to Walmart to get, eat your eggs. I also have to go to Walmart to get ground turkey and frozen vegetables for Bug's food. He's almost out of food, so we need to make some more of that today. And that's pretty much what we're doing today. Sauna, running a few errands. Hopefully y'all are enjoying the wedding update video. I'm really excited to get started decorating for Christmas. I'm trying to hold off as much as I can as it gets closer to Thanksgiving, just to leave some fall decor up, but I'm really ready to just take it all down and put it up and start putting up Christmas stuff. So help me you guys. One quick thing I wanted to bring to you guys as well. I feel like this is a long intro, but I just wanted to sit and talk to you guys. So Keith and I have been toying with the idea of bringing about holiday merch, maybe sweatshirts, crew necks, or phone cases or something like that. Something really Christmassy and fun, mostly for our own enjoyment, but we would love to offer it to you guys as well. Leave a comment down below if you think that'd be something you'd be interested in. We're toying with designs right now. So, yeah, that's just something else we're thinking about. And I have a story time for you guys. I think I'm going to share it later on today when I have a little bit more free time after I get Eric situated. As y'all know, we have been refinancing our house since we were renovating our house. And as you can see, the renovations in this front portion are almost done, with the exception of a few little minor details. And we're still refinancing. So I'm going to do a story time about that a little bit later. Anyway, so let me get my son's water and his backpack together and check in with y'all. Okay, guys. So I just got back from the grocery store. I basically went to my sauna appointment, went to the grocery store, and came home. Because Bug needs, I told y'all earlier, he needed some food. So what we got is some peas and carrots. I got 2 bags of those. And some 85-15 fat ground turkey. This was like $7 and some change. And this is normally $7 even. It's the same thing. It's the same weight. But I guess since they pack it in this, they charge you a little bit more. I don't know. I would like to get 2 of these, but they didn't have it, so I got 1 of each. And that's Boogie's food. I normally brown it up in the Instant Pot. Y'all can't see me, I'm cut off. I normally brown it up in the Instant Pot and then mix it with the peas and carrots and sometimes rice, just depending on how we feel and if we have it. We switched to doing Boog's food this way because he was having some allergy issues with other dog food, and yeah, he seems to be doing good with this. If the grain from the rice starts to bother him, we will take that out and he'll be just eating meat and veggies, which is pretty normal for a dog. Dogs are descended from wolves, and wolves eat meat. So this is perfectly healthy for him. This is what we've been making for him. So I'm gonna get that started in my Instant Pot. I actually just washed out my liner right here. This thing is amazing. And I'm just gonna put it on the saute feature and, you know, let it go for what you know. Other than that, at the store, I picked up these Bella Sweets sweet mini peppers. And they have just peppers in them, and they are 8 carbs, 2 fiber per 100 grams of these. I'm thinking maybe 2 split in half. As a side dish, I'm gonna do like kind of like jalapeno poppers without the jalapenos. Basically just stuffed cream cheese and some shredded cheese and maybe bacon if I feel like cooking some, or just some ground beef that I browned up last night on the side of some eggs. And that's probably what I'm gonna have this morning. It's after 11, and I normally break my fast at 11 or 12. So by the time I get all this started and get those cooked, it should be closer to 12 and I'll be able to eat. And as you know, I do eat keto. Yum. Speaking of keto, I don't know if y'all have saw my Instagram post. If you haven't, I'll put my handle here in the corner. But I recently posted about these. Can y'all see me? I recently posted about these on my Instagram page. These are amazing, y'all. It's a nice keto treat to have. It's by Love Good Fats. And Love Good Fats have other meal replacement type bars called truffle bars. But these chewy nutty bars are definitely my favorite by far. I've had the other ones and I just don't care for them. Somebody advised that I put them in the fridge and then try it that way. So I may get some and try that. But these are what the bars look like in the packaging. And they come 12 to a box from their website. And they have really good ingredients. 1 gram of sugar, which is not the cleanest keto thing, but it's a lot better than some of the other keto snacks out there. So serving size is 1 bar. It's 180 calories, 13 grams of fat, 15 total carbs with 11 fiber. No added sugar and no sugar alcohols, 8 grams of protein. I have on hand the dark, let's see if it'll focus, the dark chocolatey sea salt almond, and the salted caramel flavor is definitely my favorite, just because I love anything caramel. So if you're interested in that, if you're on keto or not, or you're just looking for something healthier than your typical high sugar protein bar or snack bar or granola bar, check the link out down below in my description. I have a referral code with them. You'll get 20% off your entire order with Richoux 20. So it'll be linked down below, and I just wanted to tell y'all about that. Okay, so back to the haul. I did pick up some things for Thanksgiving. I am going to be attempting to make a very keto Thanksgiving here at my house. So I picked up some celery because I am going to be making, I'm sorry, I have my mask around my neck. A friend of mine made this for me to hold my mask onto. Isn't it beautiful? It's black and rose gold. She's so talented. But yeah, I'm going to be making a keto cornbread dressing, which means I'm going to have to make a keto cornbread. I still need to order some corn. Somebody told me to just make a regular keto bread and add corn extract to it to give it more of the cornbread taste. So I'm going to try that. I have some green onion, and you basically cut up celery. Oh, I'll try to do a video when I make it, but it's just a basic cornbread dressing recipe. You saute the celery, green onion, and onion in lots of butter, like 2 sticks of butter, a stick and a half at the very least. And then you crumble up the cornbread. You use chicken stock, not chicken broth, chicken stock made with bones, and you pick off some of the chicken meat. I'm probably going to use chicken thighs because it's my favorite. You just mix it all together and put it in the oven and bake it, and it's so good. But the only thing that's not keto about it is that it's made with cornbread, so I have to make a keto bread recipe to make the keto stuffing, dressing, not stuffing. I got some mozzarella cheese for fathead dough and things like that, and I'm thinking I'm gonna make some rolls on Thanksgiving with this, as well as try those keto fries that are going around everywhere right now, everywhere. So I'm gonna try that. And I also picked up some fresh cranberries because I'm gonna make a keto cranberry sauce. I'm just gonna stick these in the freezer until I'm ready for them. What else did I get? What else? I'm going to try to make, I'm also going to try to make or test some keto brownie recipes for dessert. My family's not big on pumpkin pie. I grew up eating sweet potato pie, and sweet potato pie is a no-no on keto. Just too many carbs. But I'm going to try to do a keto brownie and a keto lemon bar. And so I picked up some unsweetened baker's chocolate, a bar of Bake Believe dark chocolate, no sugar added, 60% cacao bar, and some unsweetened cocoa powder. And I'm gonna test that recipe today. I also got some of these throwaway aluminum pans for that recipe testing. So yeah, that's what's going on. That's what I'm doing. And I'm just gonna get everything started. I'm gonna tell y'all about my refinance from hell. So I'm gonna get y'all set up so that I can work and talk at the same time. And I'm gonna cook and chat. It's gonna be like a cooking chat. I'm gonna be cooking and chatting about my refinance from hell. That's still going on. All right, guys. So I'm gonna turn my saute feature on my Instant Pot. And I'm just gonna put a tiny bit of water in it. Just, you know. Woo! A tiny bit of water in the bottom of my Instant Pot. I have the saute feature on, and I'm just going to open this turkey and put it in there. Okay, so I promise y'all a story time of what's going on with the refinance. So if you've been here for a while, then you know that in the middle of the pandemic, Keith and I decided to start renovating. Well, beforehand we wanted to renovate, but with everything going on, we couldn't get a contractor to come in. Excuse me, all up in y'all's business. We couldn't get a contractor to come in to give us a bid, so we decided to do the renovation ourselves, which was an undertaking in itself. But in the midst of that, we decided, hey, you know, why don't we refinance for a better rate? Everything that's going on, we can get a better rate, and we can use some of the equity in our home to finance some of the bigger projects we wanted to do as far as adding square footage onto the house. Excuse me. As far as adding square footage onto the house. So, yeah. We started looking around to who we were going to refinance with in July, early July. So we finally found a company we were going to go with, and I'm not going to name them because we're still currently going through everything with them, and I don't need nothing delaying this process. But we finally found the company we were going to go with. They had great rates for our particular situation. So that's who we decided to go with. This thing is so loud, y'all. I have it on saute. Put some more water in here. It's gonna be like soup, but it's fine. Oh, that noise we hear is the water on the outside. Hold on one second. Okay, better. All right, so we found a company that we felt like would best suit our needs, and so we started the process as far as reaching out and letting them know our financial information so that they can see what rate they can lock us in for and everything like that. So we did that and everything went perfectly fine. We pretty much got the conditional approval or conditional underwriting approval or something like that pretty much right away. The next day we got a loan estimate. Everything was going the way it's supposed to go. And then somewhere along the way someone dropped the ball, and the type of loan we were getting requires that you live in the house for at least a year prior to refinancing your loan. So I had been here a year, but I hadn't changed like all my addresses over as soon as I moved, so there was a discrepancy there. And so instead of reaching out, they just adversed our loan instead of just asking if I could like show anything. Well, they were asking for utility bills at first, and I'm like, my husband already lived in this house when I moved in, so why would we switch all the utilities over? What you hear now is I'm gonna start making these little jalapeno popper things because I'm hungry, y'all. So yeah, the powers that be at that company adversed our loan, meaning denied our loan application due to not being able to verify borrower's address, something like that. Y'all people who are loan mortgage people, y'all know what I'm talking about. So we finally got that figured out, you know, once we found out what happened. And because they had already adversed our loan, we basically had to start over. So by the time they adversed our loan and we found out, it was August, beginning of August, and we didn't have our loan resubmitted until August 13th. So now we are 6 weeks since our initial contact with the company. Just have some cream cheese in here. I'm gonna nuke it in the microwave to soften it. Now we're at 6 weeks since our initial contact with the company, and they're resubmitting our loan paperwork. And of course, right away, just like last time, we got the conditional approval and it went to underwriting, where we had to submit all our documents and Keith's tax returns, my W-2s and my tax returns, my pay stub. We had to reach out to our homeowner's insurance, you know, just basic stuff that you go through during the mortgage process. So we're thinking everything's good. Then they order our appraisal. We get the appraisal done. Now mind you, when we first started the process, we were renovating, and then our renovation came to a halt, most of you know, because our cabinets were delayed, which is why we have shelves up now. But our upper cabinets, the corner unit, was delayed. And if you know anything about installing upper cabinets, you normally, if you have a corner, you normally start with the corner and work your way out, since the corner is the area that can't be moved or adjusted as easily. So with the pandemic, our cabinets were delayed overseas so long, in fact, that we canceled that order. But when our inspector came, we didn't have up the wallpaper and these shelves. It was just bare walls. Now mind you, our home was built in the 1950s. Sorry, actually earlier than that. No, yeah, 1950s. So our walls were not drywall. They were like that hardy board. It's like wood, basically, like a wood house. So I'm just cutting up some salami here. This is the salami that I have. It's from the deli section at Walmart. It's salami. So yeah, I'm just gonna add that to, I'm gonna add the salami to this cheese mixture I have going on down here, which is just cream cheese, mozzarella cheese, and some shredded Kobe jack cheese, because cheese makes everything better. And I kind of want it to be a little spicy, so maybe I'll put some cayenne in it or something, because I don't think I have any more jalapenos. No jalapeno. I'm gonna add a little bit of cayenne pepper. I know I have my dress on inside out. I put it on inside out accidentally at the sauna and didn't fix it. So to this, I'm just gonna add some salt and pepper and mix it up. So yeah, when the appraisal came, instead of giving us an as-is appraisal, she gave us a subject to appraisal, which, hindsight, that was a very bad thing. I wish I had asked her. I did ask her, but I didn't know that it would be an issue with our refinance that she gave us a subject to, but I did ask her. Anyway, so fast forward, we get the appraisal done. We appraised for more than we thought we would, which is great. So we think we're good to go. Well, a couple weeks later, we find out that we dropped the ball on one thing, getting it over to them, so it would take them longer to get us approved, the final approval. And literally, you guys, it was non-stop requests for more and more documentation from about September 3rd, because mind you, we got married in September, and we were trying to get the loan closed prior to getting married. That way there wouldn't be an issue with the name change or anything like that. We didn't want it delayed or anything like that. And we were sure we'd close definitely before our wedding day. That didn't happen. Our wedding day came and went, and it didn't happen. And then in October, the processor was asking us for a lot of payoffs. They asked us for payoffs, and I literally had sent payoffs, I know at this point 3 times, because we're paying off a little bit of debt and things like that, and they have to have like payoffs. Well, after submitting payoffs the 3rd time, I find out that I have to submit new payoffs from the company that's dated within the last 30 days. And that's good until the end of October. So I went through and I did that, and I was told maybe about October 10th that we should be good to close within 2 weeks. That would have been before Halloween, because our rate lock that was extended now for like the 3rd time expired October 26th. Well, October 26th came and went, and we did not close. Our rate lock was extended again to November the 12th. So here we are on November the 5th, and we finally get a preliminary closing disclosure. We finally get our preliminary closing disclosure. We're supposed to be due to close November the 9th, with our loan being funded November 16th, meaning the payoffs that we had and things like that will all be paid. Checks will be sent November 16th because of the mandatory waiting periods for refinance. If you don't know anything about the right to rescind, just Google it. It's really easy. So basically, I have to give you 3 days to change if you change your mind about refinancing your home. So when they send the preliminary closing disclosure, I see an error on our property taxes. Not to get too in depth with our personal business, but our property tax bill is and has been very similar for the last 6 years. On this property, I even went through the tax assessor's office to see if we were assessed any higher this year or anything like that. We're not due for an assessment or anything, but I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't in the wrong. I reached out to them. Let's say, for example, this is not our property bill or anything, but for example, say your property taxes are normal, this is the difference. Like if it was a small difference, I probably wouldn't have minded it, but it was a significant difference. To make the numbers simple, say your property tax bill is $50 normally, and then you get your closing disclosure and it says that your property taxes for this year is $5,000. So what is that? $100 times more? That makes no sense. So I pointed that out to them immediately. So just to give you context, at 10 a.m. on November 5th, I received a preliminary closing disclosure and discovered an error. At 11 a.m., I let my mortgage loan originator know about the error, and he started researching it. At 5 p.m., I received an email from my mortgage loan originator saying that he was researching it, looking into it, it's being corrected. No, I'm sorry. At 1 p.m., I got that email saying that it's being corrected. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, it's just one little error. It's being corrected. So I should get a new preliminary closing disclosure by end of day, surely by the next morning. No. So what happened was, I didn't get anything the next day or the day after or the day after. And then the next email I get is from our processor asking us to call their credit company, the company they contract to pull credit reports, to verify that an account is current, which it was, and that's not the issue. But my whole question was, why are you asking us to do that now after we've already been issued a closing disclosure, which means you would have had to clear us to close for that to even be generated? So you generated us a preliminary closing disclosure, and maybe I'm understanding it wrong, so if you know better, let me know down in the comments. But so you issued a preliminary closing disclosure, and then because I found an error, now we have additional requirements? Because all I could think about is, had I went ahead and signed that closing disclosure, we would have closed on the 9th and there would have been nothing. So we do that. We call, we verify that the account has been paid. Again, no big deal because it was. Then I found out on yesterday, which is the 10th, so the day after we were supposed to close, and 2 days before our new rate lock will expire, because it expires on the 12th. Remember I told you I was extending it to the 12th. That our second appraisal, because we ended up needing a second appraisal because of that subject to appraising that our first appraiser did. Our second appraisal had to be escalated to upper management to get signed off on. Now, I don't really understand why that is, and I talked to my originator yesterday, and he doesn't really understand why that is either, because it's a whole new appraisal. It's just as if they ordered an appraisal from a separate person, because they did. He's not affiliated with the original appraiser. He's never appraised our property before or anything. So, of course, today is a holiday. So absolutely nothing is being done today because today is a holiday. But yeah, so here we are, November the 11th, almost 90 days in 2 days it'll be 90 days into a refinance. I've been reading some forums, and we don't know when we're going to close because there's nothing else for us to personally do as far as we know, unless something else comes up that they ask us for. I've been reading some forums, and apparently this has kind of become the norm ever since the pandemic happened, because the way it read to me is everyone who has the ability to refinance financially and legally has waited the period of time it takes before you can refinance your mortgage is trying to refinance because the rates are so low, which is great for them. But that also means there's a lot more volume in the pipeline, and you really just all the mortgage companies are hiring new people to try to get these loans done, but it takes time to train someone efficiently to do a refinance and do mortgage processing. You don't want someone who doesn't know what they're doing handling that large of a transaction. Also, just like normal times, in addition to people refinancing, there are a lot of people purchasing homes. And purchases take priority over refinancing. For the simple fact, you're already in your home if you're refinancing, and a purchase is trying to buy a home, so the timelines and the deadlines are a lot more strict. There are more parties involved in the transaction. This story has taken 20 minutes to tell y'all, but I just wanted to let y'all know. If I seem a little stressed, it's because I am, which is why I made it a priority to go to the sauna today to decompose. So yeah, that's what's going on. So all I've done is, while I've been talking, cut these mini peppers open. Look how cute they are. Cut them open, scoop out the insides, and I'm just gonna put this in here and put it in the air fryer. And that's gonna be it. Okay guys, so what have I been doing? I finished up Boogie's dog food. My poppers came out. I'll show y'all my plate in a minute. Finished up Boogie's dog food. This is what it looks like. I did end up adding some rice into it, and I have those keto brownies in the oven. Finally about to sit down and eat. It is 12:25, so I'm about to sit down and eat. If you want to see how those, if you'd like to see how those brownies turned out, I'll be posting the finished picture on Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, head on over and follow me on Instagram, just to show y'all really quickly what I am eating. So I have some ground beef with butter, salt, pepper, hot sauce, and then those stuffed sweet bell peppers, the mini ones. They are about 6 net carbs, 100 grams, and this is less than 100 grams, probably about 70 or 80 grams. And then I have cream cheese and shredded cheese and salami. So that's what I'm having. This whole meal is probably about 6 or 7 net carbs. I'm having a Powerade Zero, or half of a mini one. And yeah, that's what I'm having. I know it's really early, but I think I'm gonna end the vlog here because I don't want it to be like an hour long, and with that refinance ridiculousness, it's probably pretty long right now. So I'm going to end the vlog here. I may edit it tonight, I may not, so it may be up tomorrow, which is Thursday or Friday, so I'm not sure yet. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. Thanks so much for joining my little half of an off day in the middle of the week. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.